Hello everyone. In this video I'll be talking about how to create a static model for Petrel. Okay, so the first thing we need, the data we need is our contour map in text format. We need our wellheads and we need our well tops. I've explained how to get wellheads, well tops and contour in the previous videos. Also, whatever logs you have, N2G, porosity, permeability, saturations. Okay, so first thing we need to call our contour. So you import your contour in a form of Petrel points with attributes. You open it, you get your X and your Y and your Z. If your Z is in positive, you just click for negative Z values and you click OK. Then you import your well tops, let's say wellheads. Your form is wellhead, and you open it. Okay, so in a wellhead, you have your well number, your X, your Y and Z. So you have your name, your X, your Y, your Z, and you click OK. Then you import your well tops. It's Petrel well tops. Okay, so for well top you have your surface, your XYZ. So well surface XYZ. Some students asked me about Kelly bushing adjustment. There's one value for Kelly bushing. I think it's or it's in wells later on. Okay, so the next thing you do is you create a polygon. So we activate wells and wellheads. We go to a 2D window, and we click this one, start new polygon, and we just click on the edge. On the last one we double click. So when we double click, we're gonna get a new polygon for that, and just click to close it. After that, the polygon height is going to be above the contour map. So you go to your operations and your Z constant, and in this case I set the polygon depth to this 6,000 meters because that's the lowest reading of my well tops. And you click run and then OK. So the polygon goes down. At the beginning it's at depth 0, so it's going to be above it around here. Then you go for make edit surface. In make edit surface, you name it as top layer, the first layer, or whatever you want to name it. The main input is your contour, and your boundaries, your polygon, Settings: low or high density wall tops, depending on what you have. For geometry, you set it automatic, and this is the X and Y increments. It sets the how many cells you're gonna have later on. So because our X and Y in meters, so it means every 300 meters you're gonna have one cell. For the well adjustment, you go to well tops, others, and you import it, or you can leave it empty, and you click OK, and you go again for make edit surface, and you remove this and start again with the same process, except in pre-process you're gonna use a trend. So you activate this, and at this point you only have this one activated, so you just insert it here, and you continue until you create all your layers from top to bottom. After that, you create your simple grid. You insert your polygon as your boundary. You insert surfaces. You're gonna insert top, and you keep down until the end. Your geometry, you put it automatic. Your X increment also, I think it was 300. You change this to 300, and you click apply. So you get your model, which is something like that. Okay, so this is just a rock model that doesn't have any properties, so we need to import the logs. So we import well logs, go to permeability for example, or let's go porosity, and we select all of them, open, and we match well 1 with well 1 on all, match all the wells, click OK. Specify the logs to be loaded. So I've already loaded these, so you go for, this is porosity, so you name it porosity. The reading of porosity, the first column is depth, the second reading, the second column is porosity, so it's gonna be column 2, and the value is porosity, and you click OK, and it loads the values of porosity for all the wells. Okay, and you do the same for whatever value you have, or whatever log reading you have. Okay, so now we need to add these properties. So at this point you only have horizons and intersections and edges. You don't have properties, so we need to create this porosity, permeability, water saturation, and TG property. So we go for property modeling, geometrical modeling, and we choose porosity and click apply, and then we go to and it's going to change to overwrite when we click apply. So we change it back to create new property, and we search for permeability and search for water saturation. So now we're gonna have porosity, permeability, water saturation, net to gross. Now these values like this. These values gonna appear like that. So because these are a fixed value, because if you see here we have a constant value of 0, so it means we have a porosity of 0, a permeability of 0, water saturation of 0, but that's not accurate. So we need to scale up the values from the log. So we go to scale up well logs, and we choose well logs, create new property, and check for phi, porosity, arithmetic, the average method, which means maximum plus minimum divided by the number of cells. Treat log as points and click apply, and it's going to change to update. So you have to change it to create new property, and you add the second one, k, and same thing, we change it to points and click apply, and change this back to create new property and add the rest of the properties. So now let's say the porosity is going to change from value of this 0 into phi upscaled. Okay, so after that we go for petrophysical modeling. So in petrophysical modeling you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're gonna have these 4. Okay, so we go for porosity. So usually at the beginning it's like this. So you just open this lock icon, so you edit it, you go for distribution and you just click estimate. Usually it's 0, 0. When you click estimate, it's going to give you these numbers. So these numbers, because we have 7 layers in zone 1, it means the minimum value of porosity is this, and the maximum is this. So it's 8% and the maximum is 10%. And you click apply, and you go to zone 2 and zone 3 and all of it. Then after that you go for K, permeability. So K, permeability, zone 1 is going to be like that. You just open it, you do the same thing, you go to distribution and you just click estimate. After that you go for trend, you activate property trend, and the trend for permeability is porosity. So you click porosity and you do the rest for all the zones, and you click apply, and you do the rest of the properties you have. Here I have saturation and water saturation and NTG. So at the end you get a map like that. Here if you want to click it, so you get something like this. Porosity, this is okay. So this is permeability. You go to color table, you change these values, and you have something like that. Water saturation and NTG. Okay, rest. After that you go to structural modeling, and you make contacts. So here you insert your gas oil contact and your oil water contact, and here's something like that. Okay, so and this you're gonna see that this contact, it gives a straight value. So it's usually like that, and you enter your value, whatever value you have. It's a negative, so it draws a straight line. Okay, but usually you know, gas and water, it's not a straight line, it follows your contour map. So a more accurate way for doing your gas oil contact is not a straight line, but a line that follows your contour map. You can see I'll explain that in another video, but for now you just enter it as one value and you get a straight line, but it's not accurate. Another thing is layering. So each zone, we have 7 zones. We can create a smaller layers or sub layers in each zone from here. So if you make this 2, the first one is going to split in half. Okay, after that you go to your utilities and you do your volume calculation. You insert you activate your oil and gas, you insert your contacts. Here you choose your NTG upscaled, not the gross, your phi upscaled. Oil properties, you choose your saturation. If you have BO, if you have RS, if you have recovery factor, you get your recovery factor from Monte Carlo equation if you want to search that. Gas, also BG, recovery factor for gas. You activate all of these, so it's gonna make properties. I'm gonna make this. So if you activate recoverable gas, you're gonna get a map for recoverable gas, and you get your boundaries. Here I did not include my polygon as boundary, because you see polygon is this pink box. So if I choose a polygon, I'm gonna get a box map, but now my map follows the contour. Okay, so I'm gonna explain how to get that. You just click apply and click run. And click run, you're gonna get something like this that shows your pore volume, your hydrocarbon and stoic and whatever. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so for the way to create a boundary on the contour map, what I did is that I just copy the contour, this is copy of contour, right click on it and convert it to polygon. When you click that, you're gonna get this. This is a polygon. See, it's like that. So now my old polygon is the pink, and my new polygon is this blue line. Okay, so now I have a contour and a polygon. So I do the same thing. I make edit surface, I enter my contour here and my new boundary here, and I get a layer like this. And after that, I right click on boundary and create a surface edge. So now I have an edge around this boundary. Okay, so now I have this edge. This one, go to settings and you go to info. Usually it is I think one single line, you change it to boundary polygon, so now it's a polygon form. So now I change from the pink polygon to the blue polygon, and you just insert it here in the boundaries, so your map follows the new polygon, not the old one. If you want to search for how I did the gas and oil contacts, you have to create something called regions, so it's going to be something like that, and that's for a later video. Thank you very much.